Hello and welcome back to Trillium Tarot. This is Stephanie, as always. Thank you so much for joining me for this flip through of the Tarot of the Trance deck. I did put the Etsy shop name in the on the title slide or little intro video, so feel free to check out that shop. It is a Ukrainian shop, so feel free. I'm a firm believer in supporting the folks who are going through what they're going through these days. Obviously, you can tell by just looking at the Fool card that this is an extremely unusual deck. This will not be a deck where you can really make a correlation to the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith illustration. This one is probably not so much for beginners, and it is really useful for people who do want to test their own knowledge of the meanings of the tarot cards, without relying so much on the more traditional symbolism. I mean, the wheel makes sense because it does look like a wheel. The Hanged Man is a person hanging upside down. But other than that, these are just extremely unusual cards. Tower, okay, I can see that being correlated to the traditional tower image. Moon, the sun, makes sense. Judgment, and finally the World. So let's move these guys out of the way and we'll just go through the suits. If I see something that's really interesting to me on these cards, I'll go ahead and point them out. Otherwise, I'll just go ahead and keep flipping through them. This is obviously not a pip deck. Each card is fully illustrated. I can't claim that I fully understand the imagery behind all of these. Now, this one does make sense because it has the 10 swords around it, and it's the 10 of swords is an ending, but it's also a beginning. So I like the imagery of the phoenix rising from what would normally be called a card of destruction or a card of endings. In order for new beginnings to take place, endings do have to occur. So that card makes sense to me. Let's see. 3 of Wands. 4 of Wands. And I better make sure that I'm consciously going through these slowly because there is so much detail on these cards. Don't want my camera to not pick them up. 9 of Wands and 10 of Wands. Now in this deck, the pages are called Princess. Then we have the Knight, Queen, and finally the King. So we'll move those guys out of the way and we'll take a look at the suit of cups. 3, 4, 5 of cups. Looks like somebody just throwing their hands up in the air and saying, screw it, I'm out. 7, okay, that imagery holds true for me, or rings true for me. 9 and 10. You can kind of see the rainbow on the 10 of cups. So that's pretty close. Queen, and finally the King. Now the last suit here is the suit of Pentacles. On this deck, it's called the suit of Coins. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That one holds true with the imagery of a farmer standing there watching his crops grow. 9, 10. The Page or the Princess, the Knight, the Queen, and finally the King. You can see after flipping through this deck, that's why at the outset of this video I said that this is a very unusual deck. So I hope you did find it helpful. I do encourage you to support this Etsy shop. Divani Shop is the name of it. Just as a final reminder, please do give the video a thumbs up to help me out with it. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I look forward to the next video.